Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication.
Hello and welcome to Mercy TV, your source for news and information on the medical cannabis issue as it unfolds here in Oregon, across America, and around the world. Greetings, my name is Perry, and along with PK and Sunny, we'll be hosting a segment of Mercy TV Live. Give us a call with your medical cannabis related or cannabis related, or hemp, we'll take them.
Or your gardens questions.
Cannabis related question, comment, curse, or kudo. Let us know what you think, what you know. We'll be talking about a variety of subjects here tonight, and really hope folks will call in and let us know which one's important to them and which ones are not.
Well, and a lot of things have been going on with people's gardens. Everybody needs help with their garden, and it's time to come up. Gardens are going to be being planted, and everybody wants help, and everybody needs plants. And you know, it's real important that people get good clones. We want people that we're patients. We're not doing this recreational. This is for our quality of life. We're not messing around. And you know, the cannabis that we're using is a very good cannabis that has results that we already know has results for people, the patients. And that's what we're talking about here is patients.
Quality of life.
Well, and we want everybody to know that those plants are what is important because that's where the medicine is being coming, you know, from those plants.
Well, the fact that cannabis is medicine is something that we're going to have to go over yet again because there's another legislative session coming up here. We've got more medical cannabis related bills in there along with the ones related to the recreational use of it. And we're going to see a lot of folks take the opportunity to say that there's no need for the medical cannabis program and to strip it down or just get rid of it altogether, to lump them both in as the same. And the need of the medical cannabis growing community is different. The needs of the patient community and how they medicate, what they're medicating with, the strains, their growing methodology, the preparations too, and so forth. We're just not going to get the attention to detail, the care that's necessary in the growing of cannabis for medicinal purposes.
Well, that, and you know, the main thing that we want people to know is there are people in the hospital tonight. Hello to those people. Those people in the hospital need to talk with their doctors. They need to talk with their nurses. They need to talk with their families. It's very important because, you know, Perry, those people haven't had an opportunity to use cannabis. Nobody's talked to them about the ways they can use cannabis because did you know that you can eat it, that you can rub it on, that you can vaporize it? Everybody is just not talking about smoking.
Well, the folks that the patients are dealing with in the hospital, the nurses, the care providers, and so forth, the therapists, they're not really able to talk about the cannabis. So the patient's going to need to be the one to start the conversation. But I think you'll be surprised what happens when you open up that conversation, how much they know. And one of the things that they're very aware of in the nursing community is their ability to legally touch the medicine there and hand it to the patient, you know, keep it stored for them, all those things that are necessary or part of the basic application of cannabis as medicine. And this is especially important in the hospice care situation where someone needs to help the patients medicate, where they need to store the medicine on site and apply it just like any other the medicines there that need to be controlled for whatever reason or another.
Well, and a lot of people don't realize that, you know, the cannabis can be done like this because they're all doing it in their job. And doing their job is a part of taking care of it. It's all good. You know, Perry, they want to be taken care of and know that they're all right, that they're safe.
And the patient usually has the medicine in a jar that is marked and in an area that children can't get into.
Well, the safety factor is a big thing, like you're saying, Sonny. There's also the control, the titration or dosage.
Excuse me, there's a phone call.
Oh, hey. Yeah, caller, go ahead.
Hey, this is Connie.
Hello,
Hi.
Connie.
I live in an adult foster home, and these places need to be more of them for people like us. But and there needs to be more in the high show these kind of places. What do you think, Sonny?
Well, and what Connie is talking about is there needs to be more homes that allow adults as well as children to use cannabis day in and day out, because cannabis can be used all day long, whether it's used by eating it and smoking it and rubbing it on or vaporizing it. We see people doing it all day long, all the time. And you know what? They have a quality of life. They're able to do so much more. It gives them so much more energy. It gives them so much more motivation. And these aren't people that are just trying to do that. They're getting stuff done. It's actually getting their stuff done. And now what Connie is talking about is that they need a place to be able to do that, because nobody wants to be able to let them use the cannabis at their homes.
Well, it's the federal government that is giving us the biggest hassle. We got the state.
Yeah, so it sounds like Connie's in a facility that has federal ties or some basis for that, or they may just be overcautious. That it is a problem to find homes, places that are willing to accept a medical cannabis patient, much less have it on site. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you hear me, let me know, yeah?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
That's too easy. If somebody's out there and they know of another spot open, please give us a call or come by the office. We're open Monday through Friday, 12 to 6. There's always somebody there, and we'll get the word to Connie. And thank you for calling, Connie.
Okay, thank you. Bye, Sonny.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good weekend.
You too, be.
Thank you.
Connie's
Right.
another one that gets by eating like the pancakes, the cookies, the waffles, all the different foods.
Well, see, now she can actually medicate with those inside the home. Is that correct?
Right, yes.
So, in that case, there's a good example of the education, a little bit of education that can make these things happen. And does she have? Is it stored in some special place? I mean, I don't think
yeah, I believe they got a spot that
they
they're
lock
good.
it up more or less in
Yeah.
the same. Well, it's controlled, and that's fine. It's not just an issue of safety and all, but that's her medicine. It's
Right.
what she needs to get through the day. To have a good day, and it's important to point out that even in the worst case scenario, somebody getting a hold of it and eating all of them, there's no risk of someone having a fatal overdose. There's no lethal consequences and so forth. So it's important to note that these things are just to prevent someone from getting sick, being dizzy, maybe falling down or something like that as a consequence. But it's not that marijuana kills. It's evil or dangerous. It's important to dispute these reefer madness-based premises here.
It's other drugs that are mixed with the cannabis, or they say cannabis is the culprit with the other drugs.
Well, it's the blame for everything. That's the whole basis of prohibition. Whenever something goes wrong, whether or not that person involved has ever used cannabis is put out there first and foremost, and they pretty much, refuse to mention anything else the person has done that would be the cause for their behavior or the consequences of their actions there. So, but that's Reefer Madness. It's one long, ongoing bunch of propaganda, and it's part and parcel of prohibition, and we're still going to see a lot of it here in this next legislative session. So folks
Right.
want to be sure to contact their representative, let them know what the people think about the medical cannabis issue and cannabis law reform in general. And tell everybody you know, get them also to contact the representatives, and also get the word out. You know, we had a call the other night about someone saying, what can I do to get involved? What groups can I join up, you know? NORML's still active. Mercy Center, of course, we've got the Oregon Cannabis Connection, which is talking about all the organizations happening around the state. There's also the voter registration. We want to make sure that everybody is prepared for the next coming couple of election cycles. And how to put out an initiative. You know, if you don't like the way things are, there's a way to change the laws. There's a meeting happening February 2nd. It's at the Viticulture Center in West Salem. It's at 215 Dokes Ferry Road, and it'll be at 7 p.m. there. You can get more information on this at our website at www.mercycenters.org. Mercy TV is going to try to be there, have
Yes.
a camera and all that fun stuff. So.
And you'll be able to watch it on our website once it's been filmed.
As well as here on Channel 23. So be sure to stay tuned for the schedules there. We'll keep letting folks know at our various mediums. Of course, again, we can always come on down to the Mercy Center. We're open Monday through Friday, noon to 6. And then there's the Wednesday night meeting that folks it's open to the public there.
Well, and that's a good time for people to meet their growers, for patients to get together with growers and to talk about these kinds of the strains and the different kinds of medicine and, well, like today, the different kinds of foods. And
Right. So that's what the folks pretty much do at the Mercy Center there. They help folks get their cards, help folks to find medicine, help match up to growers, right?
Right.
And nobody's freaking doing that here in Salem. You know, everybody wants to just sell you some medicine there.
Right.
Best methods of medicating there, and you know, the next things too. The folks are concerned about their employment and how to deal with that, and changes to the program.
Right.
And you know, this upcoming legislation, how's recreational laws going to affect folks and all? So.
So we're a non-profit organization. Please, when you look on our website, there's a PayPal. We need your donations to keep the door and the electricity going. We need your help as well as you helping us. We help you. Be our friend.
Mr. Pete's neighborhood.
All right. Well, and with that thought, you know, if there's somebody out there that has a food business that needs a little help, we could use a little help get on some food, huh, bro?
Yeah, contact us about being a sponsor for Mercy TV Live or any of the Mercy series of shows seen here on Channel 23.
We have another phone call,
Sounds like a
folks.
caller. Hey, go ahead, caller.
Hey, Sonny.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am.
I'm wondering about employment. Now, I want to get a job, but I can't pass the drug test. What do you feel about that? Do you know any place that will hire a person on marijuana?
Well, go ahead.
That's not something that I can.
Well, it's a case by case. That's
Yeah.
not. It was certainly not any job that's connected to any federal things. If it's federal funded or deals with the feds in any way, that they'll probably have some policy there. Otherwise, jobs that would require the same standard if you were a truck driver or you operated heavy equipment, machinery. I think that the Tualatin Water District put forth a policy governing folks on medical cannabis
Really?
that was along those lines. And yeah, I think if you search on the internet, you'll find other places with a similar progressive policy concerning cannabis. But it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. I'm afraid there's not. You're more likely to see them advertise that they do drug testing and
Right.
need to let them know, well, I'm a medical cannabis patient. Is that, and then they'll let you know if there's exceptions for that. If they don't have the advertise that they do drug testing, they probably are not as concerned with that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay,
All right, thank you, Connie.
thanks for calling.
Yep. Bye-bye.
All
Bye
right,
now.
bye-bye. You
So-
know, and that's like what Connie's saying, there's so many resources out there that if somebody knows of another resource that Connie could use, that please give us a call or come by the office and let us know.
Yep, we're constantly gathering information to help folks at various points in the medical cannabis community, whether that's individuals just trying to get some medicine now or long term, they're trying to get a good source. And then there's some folks who are trying to cooperatively gather up and work as a nonprofit group like Mercy Center does. There's other folks that are trying to open up a dispensary, some that want to be growers for the dispensary, and there are some that are trying to prepare for the adult use of cannabis that's going to be happening on July 1st is when it officially goes in and people can possess and I think start to grow your own.
Right.
Of course, if you want to guarantee that you can grow on your own and it'll be 6 plants and how much you can possess and all those other fun things, you might want to get involved with the legislative session this cycle because they're going to be writing up the laws or passing some laws to affect all of this during that time. I heard that old Governor Putzheimer was going to weigh in and try to get the laws affected in a negative because he's all concerned. He's always been opposed to the evil and dangerous marijuana, which is kind of, wow. It's really sad to see a doctor, someone supposed to claim,
Well, we've had
using
so
medical
many
science
reports.
and stuff here.
You guys, so many reports of so much healing and so much good. I mean, Connie is just one person. I mean, she's been on TV at the office before and been eating the pancakes and waffles and stuff and seen and talked to us about how good, how much energy and all the stuff it does for her. She's not the only one.
I know personally the quality of the medicine that she's using.
Right.
And tell me, will you find that out at the dispensary?
Well, the main thing is this, is that there are people that are looking out for those people that are hurting. You guys, we're trying to find somebody, if you know somebody, let us know. I mean, those are the things we're trying to do. We was talking about those people in the hospital. Don't forget the people in the hospital should be having these conversations. Very important. If you can't with your doctor or your nurse, talk to your family. Talk to your family, at least see if this is something you could talk to your family about, and they'll talk to your doctor.
Communication. Don't be afraid to talk.
Well, it's so important because the cannabis does work, it is medicine, and that's why there are so many people starting to use it. The lie that's been told for so many years that got so many people brainwashed is so sad. But here we are just trying to tell people, please use it, check it out, because it's going to help you.
Yeah.
You imagine back in '37 when they made cannabis illegal. If they didn't do that, you think we would have all these tumors and cancers? Because there's a lot of the drugs that were over the counter that had
Right.
cannabis in it.
Yeah, it's really sad that today we've got so many of these drugs out here on the TV that's so bad that the list of disclaimers and stuff to be wary of is longer than the commercial itself. And we can't let I mean, all these things that do the stuff they say cannabis is going to do but doesn't, they're out there because all you have to do is just say, oh, it's going to happen by the way, and you're off the hook. But we
Right.
won't let cannabis out there. We won't let marijuana be a medicine because it might hurt somebody. We don't have a body yet. We can't prove that, but it might. You can't prove it doesn't. So we're going to keep the war going until you can prove that. That's
Well,
the,
and then they know the side effects are eating
know.
and sleeping.
yeah, exactly.
mean-
There's no one's died from it. The more people, more children have died from the war on cannabis than have died from cannabis, and that's a terrible trend and something we should stop post haste. You know, like
Well-
yesterday.
Well, so much of all of
37.
what of those pills and those side effects, a little cannabis will allow you to eat, it'll allow you to sleep, and then all of a sudden you get some sort of a life, of a quality of
Well,
life
that's a good
back.
point because it breaks that whole cycle. I mean, folks are taking this huge collection of them that started with one pill for the other one, for the other one. You know, cannabis just breaks that whole cycle down. It gets you just what you need, what's necessary, and not for the side effects and so forth. So, you know, it reduces the number of medicines. It reduces the quantity of each medicine that folks are taking.
Right.
And as a consequence, the folks are leading a quality of life, which is the number one, as Sonny is pointing out. But what shouldn't be ignored is the financial aspect of it. You know, folks are going from $1,000 a month to like $100
Well,
a month.
because
you
those
know, and
pills
so-
that everybody are buying, if you're not one of those people that are buying the pills, you don't know how much money you're spending, you guys. And it's ridiculous. And if you start doing some cannabis and all of a sudden you're not doing all those pills and you're not spending all that money on pills, wow.
Well,
What
you're
a
not suffering
difference.
through all those pills. You're not
Well,
sick. You're able to go out and
exactly.
do. You can
And-
work. You know, you're more profitable, living a more fulfilling, productive life.
Well, and so many people have came to the office in the past year and talked to us about how many pills they have not taken.
Right.
How
Stopping their pharmaceutical.
they have been pill free.
Right, and it's unfortunately created some sad problems. There's folks that have had their opiate use reduced as a consequence of using cannabis, and that's had a negative impact. They've had several where their doctors go, "Why? Why don't you need some more of these heavy, dangerous, narcotic,
Right.
expensive narcotics?" Almost like they have in stock in the company or something. You know, my gosh, there's something crooked there. But in finding out, well, I'm using cannabis. Oh, no. You know, you can do anything else. You know, you can endanger life in any other way. But merely using cannabis as opiate, oh my God, no, we can't do that. So you got to choose. You got to pick between them.
Well, and that's the thing, you guys. If
That's
they're
wrong.
going to
That's
make you
obscene.
pick, go ahead and pick and do what you think is the best you have to do. Some people use cannabis, some people use opiates. You know, you have to do what you have to do. The thing is this: cannabis is good medicine. It does work, and when you need to use it, it's there. And we just need to make sure
You
that
don't have
everybody.
to smoke it.
Well, yeah, and that it's not
Right.
you
Well,
know,
it's safe, effective medicine, and that's part and parcel of why that is. You know, because you don't have to smoke it. You can apply it in other ways. And even in the inhaling consumption, you don't have to smoke it. You can vaporize it,
Right.
which is, you know, reduces that nominal risk from the carcinogens of the smoking itself, as well as other health risks. You know, a lot of folks couldn't really be comfortable with the coughing. You might pop a stitch or two in some
Right.
cases, but the fact that folks can rub it on the topical application,
Right,
you know,
right.
there's something that really needs to be talked about. You know, let
Well,
folks know.
for people with arthritises and all the different kinds of joints, from the neck on down to the feet, you can rub it on, and all the pain goes away. And even though you might need a couple applications throughout the day, it's such a big relief.
Right, but what's the really interesting aspect of that particular application?
There's no side effects.
Well, folks don't get high.
Oh yeah, there's no. And
They don't test positive.
see,
for
I'm
that
not
thing,
even
so-
thinking like that, you guys, because all I care about is that there's some pain relief. We want some pain relief, and when you can rub it on and get some pain relief from this oil that you're putting on your body that nobody wanted to tell you about, that they've been lying to you about. And oh yeah, look, all around the United States now is all of a sudden it's becoming legal and they're making all this money on all these people, all these places.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. But today we just need to let everybody know
Yeah.
that the Mercy Center's out there. If you need any help, you can come by and get some help. You know, we're always open. There's somebody there. Yeah, the website has everything on it.
Right. Yeah.
And don't forget about the PayPal. Send your donations to us.
Right on. Just hit the donate button there, and there we go. Also, the Wednesday night meeting, need to let folks know about that. It's at 1745 Capitol Street Northeast, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. There, folks can find out more information about getting your card, get the forms, as well as connect to a grower, get some medicine now in the short term, find out more information about getting to grow, or even try to get some growing resources, plants, clones available sometimes.
Well, it's a chance to talk with everybody anyway. You know, you get to talk with everybody, and that's the main thing.
Well, it's resources on
Communication.
construction, other things that need to happen for the garden to
Right.
happen.
And I have a show, My Garden, and it's shown
Speaking of gardens, yeah.
on this channel. I hope it's educational to you people.
Right on. Well, you know, we want to thank all of our help here at the TV station. You know, we couldn't do it without them. Thank you, Lance, and everybody. You know, Arlen.
Thank you for Mike.
And Mike.
There we go. Yes, sir.
helped us get this show going, and you know, Mike, what a blessing.
Well, the whole gang here at CCTV for teaching us to use the equipment, helping us to put it together, as well as get it out there. You can see it on YouTube, also some live stream activity there, all available through our website at mercycenters.org. Just click on the Mercy-TV tab and follow the links from there for your favorite section for the Mercy TV Live, our OMMP meetings, or the My Garden Show.
Next week,
We thanks everybody for coming by. We'll see you next week at Mercy TV, and don't forget to bring along somebody you know or somebody you don't know yet.
well,
You
because
can
they
be
can
a
call.
sponsor.
They can call. They can be a sponsor. They can give us a call
Or come on down to the Mercy Center.
anytime, Monday through Friday, 12 to 6.
Give us a call, visit us on the web, or we'll see you here next time at 7 p.m. on Channel 23.
Communication.
Yes, any questions you got, please, don't worry, just ask. Any questions are good questions.
Right on. Thanks, and good night. Or good day, whatever you're watching.
You want to say anything before I turn it off, Glenn?
Yes, good night.
Good night. God bless you all, every single one of you.